What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. You know I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Look, there's no tiptoeing around it, y'all. There's been so much talk about the new fan base, misogyny, racism, bigotry, and all types of stuff going on within the fans and the trolls. The battle for WNBA going on right now, and it is a struggle. Multiple players, and I've talked about it, have spoken about the name calling, the Twitter trolls, the derogatory comments, and all types of stuff. Players have gone out of their way to speak out, black, white, in between. And I think a lot of that, too, a lot of people have put that blame on Caitlyn Clark's fan base and, are demanding, basically, that Caitlyn come out and silence her, the trolls and the cult that is her following right now. It's a lot of pressure being put on a 22-year-old young woman to not only carry the league, but also fight the battles off the court as well, with ethics and morality. It's a lot. I think she's done well. She has come out and spoken out about how she's not down for anything racist-wise or exclusionary-wise either. She's been vocal about that.
Your head coach came out with a statement today saying she denounces all the racism that some people have felt in this league. Players, trolls online, all those things. As one of the biggest stars in this league, what are your thoughts on the things not only your teammates have to endure, but just the entire league? And obviously, you've spoken on this before, but just now that your coach and your GM are talking about it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to the people in our league, the organization, the WNBA. But there are a lot of really good fans, whether they've been fans for 20 plus years or whether they're new fans in our league. I think continuing to uplift this league in a very positive light is the best thing that we can do, because there are so many great players, there's so many great teams, there are so many positive storylines that can be written and celebrated. And for me, that's why I became a fan of this league, is these people were my idols. I grew up wanting to be like them. So I think continuing to uplift and, represent this league in a positive way is the best thing that we can do.
We gotta give Clark some credit, man, but she's only one woman. Now, recently, we know the WNBA playoffs are going on. The New York Liberty, two of the best players in the league, Sabrina and Ionescu, as well as Breanna Stewart, two of the top players in the league, recently spoke out about the new fandom and what they're experiencing, what they're seeing, and their thoughts on the league.
It seems like that all of that fanfare and everything is coming from a certain fan base. Do you feel any obligation that those players need to speak up when their names are being used in that kind of fashion, racism and stuff like that? Should players, speak up on that?
Yeah, I mean it's I guess to each his own, but if it was me, I would, and that's really kind of the position that I would want to be in, because I want my fans to be inclusive of all and to understand and to realize how hard all of these women are working on the court. No matter what, whether it's like me and Asia going against each other, whoever the case may be, like there's a tremendous amount of respect there, and that needs to follow suit with our fans.
It's tough because you can't really control what other people do. I do think if it is someone that is your fan, that is maybe like from your hometown, from your city, that it is something that you can kind of maybe use your voice and just try and speak on what's right on a human level, because obviously no matter if it's your fan or not, it's just not right to begin with, like on a human level. And so I think, obviously the players have a big stance on being able to do that when they know who it's coming from. But at the same time, I think we just need to create a safer environment for players as our league continues to grow.
Alright, y'all, I ain't trying to reach too far now, but some people are saying this could be shade possibly shots being thrown at Caitlyn Clark, man, which I think is outrageous because she has been outspoken about how she feels. She's let it be known she is not relying on her privilege to succeed. You know, she could just make her millions, play basketball, and shut up, and she hasn't done that. But it was a little spicy in those comments from Stewie and Sabrina. I know they're sharing their experience, speaking from their place of ethics, morality, and what they think is right. But they're saying every player, certain players need to call out their fan bases, call out their cities that they're playing in, and let it be known. That echoes to me, it feels like a little small shot, maybe a little jab over to Caitlyn Clark, who's obviously bringing in millions of fans. We've seen her last playoff game had over 2 million viewers, right? The last WNBA playoff game didn't even hit 1 million. The viewership is spiking dramatically since Caitlyn Clark got upended and the Indiana Fever got eliminated from the playoffs by the Connecticut Sun. But who else could these remarks be directed at? The player that has become the face of the league, that is getting all these endorsements. What the hell is Nike waiting for, by the way, to announce this Rookie of the Year? What is the WNBA waiting for? Adidas done shouted out Caitlyn. How in the hell Nike ain't gave her a post yet? They posted to Rossi and all these other players. But anyways, I digress. We see the viewership she's bringing in. We see the charter flights. We see players that play against her that are super talented, that are becoming household names because people are tuning in to see Caitlyn Clark and getting to know the competition. The league is bona fide now. The ratings have been through the roof. The dollars are coming in. They're getting a new CBA agreement, television money coming in. Caitlyn been out here fighting for spot bonuses for players as her fans are selling out crowds. She trying to get the away team paid too, man. What else do they want from this lady, man? What else do they want from Caitlyn Clark? What else is she supposed to do at this point, man? It's not like she's sitting up in a closet somewhere just being quiet, not speaking on it. And no, she's not Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers is dope. She's got a very outgoing personality. More personality, more flair than Caitlyn Clark off the court. Of course, she is plugged into the culture, but Caitlyn is not that. And that is okay, and we don't have to compare the two. But it felt like, to me, shots were kind of fired right here, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. I just don't know what the league is expecting from Caitlyn Clark. What are the players expecting from Caitlyn Clark? If you're going to speak up, stand on business. I respect that. But, you know, it's also what you're comfortable with and how you feel like you should express yourself in the right way by staying true to yourself. Obviously, we ain't going for no bigotry, no racism, that thug talk, but it seemed like this was kind of aimed at Caitlyn, man. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel, though. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, we out.